Hello, Rainbow family. It's wonderful to be able to talk to you again, and I just can't believe that we're already talking about another state of the church. Another year in the books, and it's been another wonderful year thanks to you. You've made so many things possible over this past year, even though we set some hard goals this past year for us. We knew that times are tougher. We knew that we were rebuilding our numbers. We knew that our budget would be tight. But thanks to you, you made so many things possible. So as we kick off this state of the church, I want to first say thank you. And even foremost, say thank you to God. Because without God, none of this would be possible, and to Him all the glory. So Rainbow, sit back and enjoy the next 5, 10, 15, hopefully not 20 or 30 minutes of the state of the church as we let you know what happened in 2023, and then we'll go into 2024 and the plans that we have.
We want to give a huge thank you to each of you for your financial contributions in 2023. The work here at Rainbow wouldn't be possible without your contributions. We had a weekly average contribution of about $8,300. Our weekly goal for 2023 was $8,000. Thanks everyone for helping to exceed that. Our budget for 2024 is $8,500 per week. We also had some generous one-time contributions that helped cover some large expenses last year. We're faithful that God will bless the work at Rainbow because He has done so year in and year out. If you'd like a copy of the final budget for 2023, it's available on the bookcase outside the church office. Rainbow family, thank you again for your contributions in 2023.
Outreach for 2023 was a good year, starting with our car wash and breakfast. Went really well, not hardly as many as the year before, but we still did really good. And then we had our backpacks, back to school supplies, and we handed out 150 backpacks to Litchfield Middle School and Gaston Elementary. And then we went into Trunk or Treat, and Trunk or Treat, we made our goal of over 600 pounds of candy, and I think a lot of that was due to everybody wanting to see the ministers eat those that special pie, that was there. And we handed out 1,000 hot dogs, had a very good night. We also have our first year this time with first responders that we baked and handed out over 400 cookies to our local hospital, fire departments, and the police department. Then we had our veterans lunch, so it was really good and it turned out really well this year. Even had some of the people show up for our services after that day. And we have breakfast with Santa. Very good time. We had over 300 kids, like 50 more than last year, so they had a blast there. And then we had our McGuffey's Angel Tree. They had all the name tags given out within a couple hours. And it was really, really good year for outreach.
Let's take a few minutes and just talk about our missions and local evangelism work that we did and all the accomplishments we had in 2023 in this area. I first want to focus on Zimbabwe. In Zimbabwe, it's hard to believe this, but we have over 20 years of service from Valapi and Stella in Zimbabwe. And the work they continue to do in growing the ministry there is just amazing. It just continues to astound me in the new things that they think of, that they come to us with ideas. And we always want to try to see those through. I did want to mention too, I know we talked about this last year, they were scheduled to make a trip to the U.S. in 2023, I believe in October. Unfortunately, due to unforeseen circumstances, that had to be rescheduled. The good thing is they're coming in April of this year, and we're excited to see them here in the U.S., and I know they're excited to be a part of the family again here and spend some time with us. I also want to talk about the Rainbow Preacher Training School that we have in Zimbabwe. We started that last year. We graduated a class of 12 preachers, And this year, we've already started back, and there are 10 preachers currently in that program, and it's exciting to see that program and the work that Valapia is doing in helping these ministers. These are local ministers from congregations in the area that come to this preacher training school, spend time there to learn more about God and how the church should be working in Zimbabwe. Also, we completed one well last year, and we're in the progress of completing the second well, and I have no doubts we'll look to complete even more wells as the year progresses. Another thing that we began last year is our radio program. This was an idea that Valapi had, and he approached us about. Each week, there's a 15-minute radio program where Valapi gets an opportunity to share the gospel in Bulawayo. This is a city of over 1 million people, where radio is still the primary method of communication. And so it's exciting to think that the gospel is being shared every week in a city of 1 million people, and the opportunities that that's going to bring forth. And it's all because of you. It's because of your generous donations that we're able to do this program. Valapi also continues to teach in the Amazon Academy. This is a medical clinic and a school, and he's able to teach a Bible program there on a regular basis, and we're so thankful for that. Now I want to move into our Hispanic work. Our Hispanic work here at Rainbow continues to grow, and I'm just so thankful that we have Claudia on our staff as our Hispanic ministry coordinator, and the work of Carlos and many others in our Hispanic community that continues to work on growing this, what I see as a field that's ready to be harvested here in this area. Carlos also completed, I don't know if you're aware of this, but 20 years of service here in the U.S. It's just amazing. 20 years in the U.S. that he has been a missionary here teaching Hispanics and sharing the gospel with them. Our Hispanic worship service has continued to grow. We even had our first Hispanic gospel meeting in October. And I believe, if I'm not wrong here, we had around an average attendance of about 65 right here in this auditorium on a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, worshiping God. Several obeyed the gospel during the year through our Hispanic work. Some of that was here locally. Some of it was done through the World Bible School work that Claudia is doing with some folks down in Mexico and sharing the World Bible School lessons there. That has been incredible too. Our ESL program, our English as a Second Language program, continues to grow, continues to be active. The class participants are just extremely grateful for this program. They have expressed ways that they want to help contribute here and be a part of work that's done around the church building. We're so thankful for that. Also want to talk about several of our other ministries, because it's not just missions, but it's also our local evangelism work that we have here. We have our food bank. It continues to function. Even though there's new people that come in and out, I'm so thankful for each person that works with our food bank ministry. If I'm not mistaken there too, we had a lull for a while where things kind of went down numbers-wise and people coming to the food bank and participating. Those numbers have dramatically increased over the last couple of months. Also, our Eagles for Christ. Last year was a great year for Eagles for Christ. Personally, it was a great year for me because it was the first time I had the opportunity to be a part of the Eagles for Christ ministry, and I love it. I really can't express how much of a blessing it is to me. I know it's a blessing to the kids, but I'm just so thankful that I'm able to be a part of that. We gave out over 80 Bibles around Christmas time thanks to your donations. We also were able to have the huge party, pizza party for the entire school. And this year, I'm just excited to see what new things we have and how that program continues to grow. Also, our Ladies Bible class. I want to thank the Ladies Bible class. They do a lot of things that people don't know about. They encourage people in a lot of ways. They encourage each other. And I'm just so thankful for that ministry and the things that they do and the way that they show Jesus. Also, our small groups restarted last year. That was exciting too. I know so many people have talked to me about that and have been thankful for the restarting of the small groups. I had the opportunity to be in a small group, and I'm just thankful for the connections that have been made through the small group and the time that we get to spend together. And I hope that you're taking advantage of that opportunity too. I also want to thank our Loaves and Fishes ministry. So many of the ladies in our congregation do a great job of taking care of those who have recently been sick, lost loved ones, or different needs that they may have. I can't tell you the number of people that have been fed over this past year who have been shown the love of Jesus because of your work, because of your desire to serve. Last but not least, I was so excited in June when our McGuffey's Bible class service restarted. It was wonderful to get that phone call from them. I'm thankful for those who are participating in that ministry. It is a blessing to be back with the residents at McGuffey's. It's an encouragement to me, and I know it's an encouragement to them. Thank you, Rainbow, for all the work that you did this past year in our missions and local evangelism.
Our Rainbow Kids program has continued to be a wonderful part of the work here at Rainbow. Last year, we introduced a new incentive program to our students. As they continue to learn more about God's Word, they had the chance to earn Bible bucks. Then every quarter, our young people get to participate in the Rainbow Kids Market. This is the opportunity that allows them to spend their Bible bucks on prizes. The young people have responded really well to this, and we look forward to continuing this effort in the new year. In addition to our small groups ministry, we've begun a Rainbow Kids small group on Sunday nights. Not only does this allow our parents to attend small groups, it provides a fun, learning environment for our children at Rainbow. Our young people are a valued part of God's family here at Rainbow, and we are excited about 2024 and everything it will bring to our Rainbow Kids ministry. We appreciate Jessica Glassiter and all of our teachers and volunteers for the dedication and time they have spent making this ministry successful.
Buildings and Grounds, 2023. In 2023, we accomplished more than you probably think that we did. I know it doesn't seem like a lot happened around the building, especially when you compare it to the year before, where we had a new roof, we had the asphalt being resealed, and several other things going on around the building, I think with the security system. 2023 was a little more quiet on that front, not as many physical things that you could see. However, we did kickstart our Building Rainbow team and made quite a bit of progress. I want to be able to share a lot of that progress with you, but we're not quite ready for that yet. I do want to tell you that we had our team and we met numerous times throughout the year. Now, I know you're aware that we did conduct a couple of surveys, 2 different surveys that we rolled out to the congregation to allow you to provide input. We made the decision to stay at this property and look at how we could reinvest and reinvigorate the property that we have here. And also, you gave us a lot of input on things that you would like to do around the building, helping us to prioritize those things. And I'm truly grateful for that. That was a huge help to us. Since that time, we've had a few other things going on. We have already met with a couple of architects, of potential architects, that could help us draw up conceptual plans and maybe even move forward down the road when we're ready to do the architectural drawings. And who knows where we'll go from there. I'm excited, Rainbow, to see what our vision's going to be, what our plan's going to be. I'm excited, hopefully, to share some more information with you when we talk about 2024 in the Buildings and Grounds. That will excite you, that will give you some encouragement with our current Buildings and Grounds. Now, I do want to also let you know, and I want to say a big thank you, because I know this is one of those things that gets forgotten so many times. I want to thank those that helped clean up our storage room. That was a big effort, and I am so thankful for those that spent the time to clean that storage room out. If you have never been up in that storage room, it's pretty nice right now. Give it a little time, I'm sure it'll get back the other way, but we do our best not to go there, not to get there. If I can ask each of you to help us as best you can, let's keep that room as clean as we can, keep things put up. But thank you especially to those who helped us. And thanks to all of those that do the little things on our Buildings and Grounds, those that work around the building and do cleanup, those that take care of little maintenance things that may not be seen, may not be noticed, and never heard of. Thank you so much, Rainbow, for your work on Buildings and Grounds in 2023.
Our fellowship at 2023 was a real good year. We started out with worship at the Falls, and we had a very good crowd there. We had the hamburgers, hot dogs, homemade ice cream, which was very yummy. And then we had a movie night, and the kids really enjoyed that. They thought they had a blast there. So after the movie night, though, once we got to the homecoming with Lonnie Jones, we had the biggest crowd that we've had, 245, since COVID hit us. And man, that is really good. I appreciate everybody showing up for that. And then we had our Christmas party, and it was an awesome time. Everybody had a blast that night, and they even come up with a new winner now for the best dressed Christmas person. Craig King did it. He did awesome on it. And we also still have our visitation groups going on. They're meeting monthly, and we'd like to invite you on that too, but to visit all these people, it's really going good. And then our Golden Generations are meeting once a month. So come on down if you want a night full of games and food. It's there for you.
Again, Rainbow, thank you for all that you did to make 2023 a successful year for us here at Rainbow. It's time for us now to transition into 2024. And just remember, as we lay out the plans for 2024, keep them all in your prayers. Keep us in your prayers. Think about the ways that you can help and be a part of the family here at Rainbow to help us achieve our goals, to achieve our plans for 2024. It's time again to talk about our missions and local evangelism. We told you about all the awesome things that we accomplished in 2023. So now let's talk about our plans for 2024. First of all, our work in Zimbabwe continues. It continues to grow. We're excited that Valapi and Stella will be here with us on Sunday, April the 7th. We plan to honor them that day in their service, the many years of service that they've given to the Lord in our work here and the work abroad at Zimbabwe. So that Sunday, we will also have a fellowship meal afterwards honoring them. Our Rainbow Preaching Training School continues to grow too. I mentioned earlier, we have 10 students right now enrolled. After that program or that cycle ends, there'll be a new cycle of students that come in later this year. I don't know how many there will be, but I'm sure Valape will work to get as many as he can involved in that program. We'll continue to dig more wells. We'll continue our radio program, and I'm excited about that to see the fruits that come from that labor. And also, Valape will continue to teach at the Amazon Academy. Our Hispanic ministry continues. Our worship service will continue every Sunday. Our gospel meeting, they'll have another Hispanic gospel meeting just like they did this past year. This year it will be in August. Another wonderful thing that the Hispanic ministry has started this year is their midweek Bible study. They're now doing that on Tuesday nights here at Rainbow, which I think is just incredible. Our ESL program continues, as well as their World Bible School program too. All the other work that continues in all of our other local evangelism with our food bank, our Eagles for Christ, our ladies Bible class, our small groups, which we're refreshing and starting out this particular Sunday. I know this may be in the past when you see this, but our small groups are just now restarting. We're so thankful for that with new small groups. Our Loaves and Fishes ministry and all the work that you do there will continue this year, as well as our McGuffey's Nursing Home. There are so many ways that you can be involved with our local evangelism and our missions work abroad through our World Bible School, through supporting financially. If there's any way that you want to help, please let us know. Please reach out to us. As a reminder, you can always reach out to myself. You can reach out to Craig King, who is our deacon over missions. Thank you, Rainbow family.
2024 outreach is looking really, really good. I want to say that all of the members here at Rainbow are eagerly and really looking forward to 2024 as having a bigger and better events going on, and we enjoy it and I hope that everyone comes around there too.
Let's spend a couple of minutes and talk about our buildings and grounds for 2024. I shared with you the exciting results from 2023 and the accomplishments of our Building Rainbow team. So I want to bring you up to date and let you know where we are, where we're headed this year for our Building Rainbow team and our Building Rainbow program. This year, our plans are to, first of all, meet with architects and try to identify and select an architect that we want to try to work with and moving forward and getting our conceptual designs done. The conceptual designs are just that. They're just some ideas on paper, some conceptual drawings, something that we can present to the congregation based on your feedback. We're excited about this. We know that this will take several months. We've already met with a couple of architects who have already given us lead times that would take us 3 to 4 months for them to complete those conceptual designs, just to present them to us, even before we give them feedback to see if they need to make adjustments to those. So we expect that program and that particular phase of the program will take some time. But our goal is to have that accomplished this year, and we can roll out our conceptual designs for what we want to do with our buildings here at Rainbow. I also want to talk a little bit about some of the other work that we're not necessarily put within the Building Rainbow team, but they kind of came up, all right? So they're not part of our conceptual, they're not part of what we want to do. with our architect. There are things that we want to do in the kitchen of the fellowship hall. We got a lot of feedback for that fellowship hall kitchen. And so our goal this year is to make a number of changes in that kitchen that will help benefit all of us in the work that we do here in our local ministries, especially our community outreach, as well as our own in-reach ministries that we have and the different programs and fellowships that we have. And aside from that, there are a few other things that we're going to accomplish this year with our buildings and grounds. As you know, we just had a recent turnover with Austin leaving, so we have some work that we need to do on our church house. There's a few things that we need to do around the house. That just happens every few years when you know those things come up that you have to repaint or patch some holes or just take care of some things that aren't as easy to take care of while someone's living there. So we'll take care of those things this year too. Some other things we want to get done is we want to do some pressure washing on the fellowship hall, for example. You've noticed there's a lot of dirt on the front of the fellowship hall facing where all the vinyl siding is. We want to get that cleaned up and also get that repaired, and some other things that we need to take care of too. We probably need to start thinking about our roof on the fellowship hall too and have that looked at and inspected. It might be time to start planning replacing that roof. Now whether that's this year or next year or maybe a couple years later, we're not quite sure yet. But those are some of the things we have going on here that we need to take care of this year at Rainbow. Our buildings and grounds always provides us with a lot of opportunities, a lot of things. There's so many things to take care of here, so there's a lot of things that have to be maintained that are never known about. Thank you for your contributions. There's so many of you that help us in our buildings and grounds, and I extend from the eldership a very special thank you to you.
2024 for Rainbow Kids, I'm telling you what, these kids are really fantastic. We are growing, they are eager to learn, and they're coming around on it. Our Bible classes are filling up. We invite you to come with us and be there with us on that. And thank you to Jessica Lassiter for all that she does on that.
Let's take a minute and talk about our finances for 2024. As John already mentioned in our 2023 finance report, you did an awesome job last year, and we thank you so much for all that you contributed to making that budget a success, even though we had to cut back just due to how the economy is going. For 2024, we have a budget of $8,500 a week. Now I know our average contribution was around $8,250 a week last year, so that means we'll need an increase. We need to bump our giving up a little bit more, and I know that can be challenging. I ask you to look inside, see if you can sacrifice a little more, if you have a little more available, so that you can help make us reach that goal of $8,500 this year, so that we can achieve all the goals in all of our ministries that we would like to accomplish. Thank you, Rainbow, for all of your giving. Thank you for all that you do. There's so many of you here. I can't begin to think of all the different people that have contributed in so many different ways above and beyond their weekly giving to help us achieve additional things that we didn't even budget for last year. So thankful for that. I know you'll do the same this year, and I always ask you, as you look to give, just think of the reason you're giving, and I hope that you're giving with pure joy and knowing that everything you have is a gift from God. I know that's what I try to remind myself of quite frequently, and sometimes it can be challenging in life, especially when you look at the prices of everything around us. So I'm thankful for all that you do, and I look forward to a successful year in 2024. I just want to give you an update on where we are with our youth minister search and our youth program right now. As many of you know, if you're not aware, I don't know how you're not, but maybe you aren't, that Austin left us at the end of last year. And so now we're in progress of looking for a new youth minister. We've already had one candidate to be with us, Connor Gaither, just a couple of weeks ago. And he was an excellent candidate, and we're really thankful that he was able to be here. We ask you to continue to pray for us as we continue to search for additional candidates. We don't have any real updates to provide other than that at this time. We're continuing to look for the best candidate that we can find possible, and we have to take into consideration our budget. You know, we have a certain budget that we try to keep when we're looking to pay for a youth minister. And so that does provide us with certain requirements that we are trying to meet. So obviously we're looking for someone that is really young, that may be right out of college or maybe 1 or 2 years experience in youth ministry. So if you're aware of any candidates you would like to share with us, please do so. At this time, we're not really broadcasting to the world that we're looking for a youth minister, but we have put out our feelers with different contacts that we have, that we know of throughout different universities like Heritage, Faulkner, and Freed. and also other contacts that we have with certain churches that we know and are familiar with. I ask you to continue to pray for that search and just continue to keep the positive attitude, encouraging our teens. I'm so thankful for our teens. If you watch our teens, they continue to sit down front. They continue to be together as a group, and they have just shown a tremendous amount of unity and fortitude, and I'm so thankful for the encouragement that they have been to me personally. And so we're going to continue to keep that program running. We're not going to let it die out. We're continuing to have our Monday Night Madness. We're continuing to have the Youth Spring Retreat. We'll continue to take them to camp. Our hope is to have a youth ministry in place by the beginning of summer, looking at May, because that's when most of the students will be graduating from college. So just keep that in mind, and I just wanted to provide you with that update. Now, this ends our State of the Church for 2024. It was an incredible year. You've seen all the things that we accomplished last year. You see all of the amazing plans that we have for this year. In Rainbow, I know that all things are possible because God is in control, and I'm thankful for that. I want you to do one thing for me, one thing for the eldership. Well, make that two things. First of all, pray. Spend a lot of time in prayer for us as leadership, for the elders, for the deacons, for all of those in leadership roles, for our ministers, for our staff, and for each other. That's one way that we can help 2024 to be successful. The other thing I want you to do is I want you to reflect. Reflect on the accomplishments that you were a part of in 2023 and plan for 2024. Reflect on how you can be even more involved, how you can help us in all of these different ministries. Maybe there was a ministry today that you weren't aware of. Maybe there was something new that caught your eye, caught your ear. Let us know, reach out. Ask me, ask any of the elders, ask any of our ministers. If we're not the right person to talk to, we'll direct you to the right person. We need to be about the work of our Lord. That's the most important thing that we can do here at Rainbow, and that is sharing the gospel. That is being the hands and feet of Jesus. So Rainbow family, I'll leave you with this. Thank you, Rainbow.
Thank you, Rainbow.
Rainbow family, thank you again for your dedication in 2023.